You see, when it comes to, I believe in this thing called life said this, and then I was on X, and then I saw some other dude say this, and then some dude said, "Oh, you guys only," he because somebody made a comment, and he said, "You guys only see women as sexual objects. That's kind of weird." And then another dude was like, "Well, men and women really don't have nothing in common like that. So without sex, there'll be no reason to talk or some shit." Basically, something along those lines. And I believe I said this on one of my older channels. You see, now obviously, I don't just speak to women just for sex, but I agree. Most women, they're not really that interesting besides just sexual. But now remind you, I don't just speak to women just for sex, because I'm at the age now that's a little shallow. Oh, I'm only talking to you just to get some pussy. That I ain't doing that shit. That was what I was doing back when I was like early 20s and shit. But I don't do that shit now. But yeah, I agree with that. I think in this thing called life, she asked me a question. She said, would you still talk to women if they didn't have sexual organs? And I believe my response was, she'll have to be a really special motherfucker for me to talk to her, even without some way to help me bust a nut. She'll have to be her personality will have to be so motherfucking deep to where I could overlook that. But if her personality ain't top of the charts, hell the fuck no. Because that's one of the main attraction for most men. The main attraction for most males is to bust a nut from a female. A female's orifice that helps a man achieve ejaculation. That's the first thing that a man's thinking about from a female. For most women, it's just the truth. It's the truth. It's sexual attraction. You be like, damn, she got a nice ass. Damn, that it's sexual, right? And obviously, when it comes to personality, you can't see a personality. You have to get to know a personality. So it's gonna always be attraction, sexual based, anyways, because you can't see someone's fucking personality. Even for a female, it's gonna be the same shit. He tall. Oh, he got nice muscle. Oh, damn. It's gonna be the same shit. So the first attraction, the first thing that you notice is physical, sexual attraction. That's the first thing you notice. Damn, could I hit that? That's the first thing you notice. That's the first thing that comes to your mind, right? But yes, for me personally, could I mess with a woman who had no way, who couldn't help me ejaculate at all? Yes, I could. It would kind of suck a little bit, but her personality will have to be off the charts. If it's not off the charts, hell the fuck no, right? Because if you're a female, yes, at least initially, the first thing a man's thinking about is sex and your sexual attraction. That's just a fact. And yes, if you remove sex, like if all the girls that I mess with, well, not all of them, most of them, with the exception of maybe a few people, if I cannot achieve any form of ejaculation from them, I would have no reason to talk to them at all. If they couldn't show me, like if I couldn't get no booty hole, no vagina, no nothing, no form of ejaculation, no. Nope. And then yes, if you remove that away from them, most women, you wouldn't speak to them like that. Like, she can't help me busting. Fuck out of here. It's the truth, right? That's women's main power. That's why they call it pussy power. They don't call it personality power. They don't call it good personality power. They call it pussy power. That's, as a female, that's your number one thing that you have that gives you the advantage in the world. Some good ass, tight, wet, soft vagina. And some men who have not learned self-control will fall victim to that, you know. I would say as of right now, like throughout the years, I've been getting stronger and stronger with my dick discipline. Because every man needs to have dick discipline, you know. Some of y'all niggas will fuck anything that comes your way. Y'all wouldn't care what it is, you know. Me personally, I'm not fucking a bitch who's pregnant, right? If she tells me, and I ain't know that she was, no. If she told me, because you know sometimes there's you won't know because they maybe just got pregnant. But if I know, stomach all the way, I ain't fucking that shit. Especially if I ain't the fucking dad. It's trifling shit. Not fucking no pregnant bitch. Not hitting a girl that's in a relationship or got a husband or a boyfriend. I'm not doing that shit. You know, years ago, maybe would I have hit a girl with a boyfriend? Possibly. And I probably would have did it one time, and then I probably would have felt kind of bad about it, and I probably would have stopped doing it. But yeah, we ain't doing that shit. I'm not hitting a girl that I'm not attracted to, where I have zero attraction to at all. Some like people, no offense to him, you know, I like his videos trying to cope with reality. I don't know why he changed his name. He keep changing his name 50,000 times. But he said, man, I don't even care if it's a girl that's ugly, man. I just want some pussy, man. I don't care if it's a girl that's ugly. Fuck that shit. I don't care if you're an incel, you haven't got pussy. I don't care about none of that shit. She don't gotta be like extremely fine, but she can't be some ugly ass woman. So I ain't hitting that shit. A lot of y'all niggas, oh, kid, love, it's a woman. I'm hitting that. I ain't hitting shit. Nope, I ain't doing it. So we ain't doing that bullshit. Honestly, I don't even think I can sleep with a single mom. You know, nothing wrong with that necessarily, but me personally, I can't do that shit. What else I can't do? I'm not sleeping with my homie's girl, like whether they still with her or even if it's an ex. Right? Only exception to that is you have to ask for their permission. But me, altogether, I'm just gonna say no altogether. Right? But if they got a cousin or maybe a sister, and she fuck and she fuck with me, and I'm feeling it, I may mess with that, possibly, because hey, that's that's the thing about some brothers. Like they try to stop their sister, even dads too. They try to stop their daughter or sister from dating somebody, bro. Like, they're gonna date somebody, bro. Like, you can't just stop them from dating all males. It's not gonna happen. So, possibly with that. But my friends don't have a sister that I would necessarily mess with. But if they did, I probably would, right? But it's certain certain females that should be off limits, right? Oh yeah, you don't mess with your coworkers unless you quit or she quit. You don't mess with your supervisor. You don't mess with women that are underage. Not even because, I already made a video about that. Some boys and girls that's underage already before 18, but just to save yourself from getting arrested, just avoid that altogether. But I don't believe that all people who mess with an underage person is a predator. Because like I said prior, I was 14. Shit, I could have slept with a grown woman and been fine with that. But that's not everybody. So you don't want to make the wrong pick, the wrong choice, and then you get locked up for some shit. Now you labeled a fucking predator. That's gonna fuck your life up. So just leave it alone, right? There's just certain females you just should just leave alone. That's why as a man you have to develop dick discipline. Oh, I gotta hit everything. Nah, nigga, no. I don't even think that's cool. Like, I used to think that's cool. A dude that's hitting everybody. It's not cool. Oh damn, that nigga hitting everybody. Nah, man, that's not a label that I want to have. Oh, T.Sizzle, man, that nigga fuck all the girls, in the neighborhood, man. Nah, man, nah, no, nope. So yeah, man, yeah. My dick discipline is, I would say, it's now in the 90s, in the 90s range, right? I'll probably say it's 90% strong, right? I don't think any man will get to 100%, or maybe it's possible, but that's extremely hard because we men, sometimes our lust can kind of make us do stupid shit sometimes. But I would say right now it's in the high, like, in the, like, I'll say 90%, or maybe even late 80s, maybe even 87 to a 90% strong. My dick discipline, So, yeah, man. Yeah, but back to, I forgot. I don't know how I got to this topic, but yeah, it's truth. Why do you think most men have male friends? Because we find more males interesting than females. If you're a male, most likely you watch more male YouTubers. You more so listen to more male rap or more male music. So, and females, the same thing. Females don't find us that interesting like that either, because they more so have more female friends, and they listen to more female music, and they watch more female content. But yeah. Wait, with female, I don't know, cause I don't know, man. Cause yeah, but yeah, I would say men typically are more interesting personality wise than females typically. The only thing that a female trumps a man over most of the time is just sexual. Because I'm not attracted to a beard and mustache and all of that shit. Deep voice, oh, what's up, dog? I don't get my dick rock solid. But hey, how you doing, Sizzle? Yeah, oh shit, she smell good, and that turns my fat ass on, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, as a female, your main power is sexual. That's all. That's your main power, right? Like I said, for me, I ain't just gonna talk to a girl just for that. I'm past that stage, but I was talking to girls in the past, and the main reason was because I wanted to achieve ejaculation. That was the main reason. Sexual interest. I wanted them to make my dick squirt all across the motherfucking football field, man. Right? Whereas with women, the main thing, yes, they do like sex, but the main thing that they desire is the personality. If they're not shallow, because some shallow girls just care about looks and money and status. But if it's not like a shallow chick, then personality, that they more so care about that. But that's more so what I care about now. But back then, it was strictly physical. So yes, as a female, if you did not have no vagina, no way to make a man bust a nut, you would be ignored like a motherfucker. You would be ignored. Unless your personality was off the charts, shit, you still might get ignored. Not for me, but most men are going to ignore the shit out you because your power is gone. You can remove a penis from a man, and yes, that will take some points off of your score, but you could still provide some value other than just my fucking dick is gone, like you could provide more value besides your dick. Most females, that's their main bread and butter, sexual, because it all plays into reproduction, physical pleasure. That's all what that plays into. If you did not have that as a female, you are done. So, but yeah, that's why when I speak to women, yeah, I like I said, I've outgrown that. Oh, damn, she got nice hips. Oh my god, the ass. Oh my god, yes, I am looking at that, but I'm not just making a decision based off of that only. See, men, we are very sexual beings. Sex is more important to men than it is women. It's more important to males than it is a female. Right? It's more important to men. It's important to them too, but not as much as males. So if a female cannot provide that, yeah, her value is done. So at least for men, we still got the physical strength. We still make the money. A lot of girls use men as just their entertainment and validation and shit. So, shit, we can still do that, even though I ain't gonna do all that shit. I ain't finna entertain no girl all day. But, yeah. That's one girl's bread and butter. Sex. That's why when you see rappers' videos, they have girls all up in it. You see commercial ads, they have girls in bikinis and shit. You don't see too many videos and ads with a whole bunch of half-naked men. You don't see too much of that. You see mostly of it with females because sex has a stronger power. It's a stronger thing to men as opposed to women. Yeah, women like, certain, men to look a certain way, but it has more of a stronghold on males. So yes, I agree. If you do not have no vagina, no men will want to talk to your ass. Seriously, you will be ignored like a mother. Same way you ignore niggas. Hey, move, man. And the nigga doing shit to you. Move, girl. Move. Doing the same shit. That's your biggest attribute as a female. Your vagina. That is your biggest attribute as a female. When a man speaks to you, that's the first thing come to his mind. Oh, I bet she got some good pussy right there. That's the first thing he thinking about, bro. Everything else comes later. Oh, yeah, I do like her a little bit. But that's the main thing he likes. Yes. Yes, it is. Because, yeah. Prior to only just a few girls, that's probably the main thing I like, too. And I think there's even a point in time where I was hesitant to admit it, but now I'm older. That's the main thing I was into. That achieving ejaculation, booty hole, vagina, any sort of thing that can help me achieve climax. That's the main thing that was on my mind with females. That. Not she's nice and get. That was secondary to that. Men we're sexual beings, sexual deities. We are. That's what. And like I said, I try to control my male lust because male lust can get too out of hand if you don't kind of contain it a little bit. So I don't let it run wild. I kind of what's the word I'm looking for? I kind of redirect it to the proper avenues. I just don't let it just run wild. Yeah, I'm finna hit everything that nah. Nope. I don't let it run wild. You know what I'm saying? I don't. Sometimes you do have those stupid ass dumb thoughts of that, and you want to do some dumb ass shit, and be like, nah, we're not doing that shit. Nope. Nah. Because it makes you look bad when you a man, you just letting your lust run all over the motherfucking place. Like Nick Cannon, NBA YoungBoy, got fucking 12, 13 goddamn kids with all these different women. That's an example of men with no dick discipline. Who are gonna fuck everything? Nah, we ain't doing that shit over here. Nope. If it's a girl that's not a high quality woman, I ain't hitting that shit. And a high quality woman not gonna give it to you just like that. You're gonna have to wait. And shit, I actually appreciate the wait. and not even just because of her. I want to wait too. It's not even just, oh, I'm just waiting for her to give me the green light. No, I want to wait too. You know, the girls I was messing with in the past, they give it to you the first fucking day you talk to them. First and foremost, none of them had no good vagina. You know, none of them had good vagina, right? And now I hear if a girl sleeps with a lot of dudes, their vagina don't get tight. That's what I heard. But some people say that's a myth. But if it is true, well, I guess that's the reason why. A high quality woman who ain't sleeping with everybody, her shit tight than a motherfucker because she ain't fucking everybody. But I hear that's a myth though. But I don't know. I ain't a female, so I don't fucking know. But yeah, man, fuck that shit, man. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, so control your dick, man, and quit fucking. Yeah, so as a female, if you had no way to make a man bust a load, whether it's not, and I'm talking about, in this thing called life, she only talked about vaginal. I'm talking about vaginal, anal, oral, hand job. Like, you had no way to make a dude bust a load. No man would talk to you, and that's a fucking fact. Most men wouldn't speak to you. Women, women can deal with a man who can't make them climax. Like, they can still deal with the man that ain't able to do that. Men, we ain't doing that shit. Or most men. I can still do it. It would still suck a little bit, but I can still do it. But yeah. So I gotta say, I'm out.